బట్టల షాప్ వాడబడేది. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరు పడితే వాడు బోర్డు పెట్టేసి ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఎన్బిఎఫ్సి కూడా చాలా వచ్చింది.
Hi everyone, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, so let's wait for 4 minutes, then we can start the session. So it would be by 9:10. Okay.
Okay.
So we can have the session started now. I am sharing my screen. Let me know once it is visible. Can you see it?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Good. So yesterday I got the classes was cancelled because I was not available actually. So admin team told me that the classes may be cancelled. So that was the reason for yesterday's discontinuation. So let's start with the new topic. So let me log in into the portal. Before I start, let me know if you have any doubt, any questions from the previous one. Anything? No?
No, sir.
Good. So user ID. So, so far we have seen the high availability option in AWS, what options we have available. So we have discussed about the placement group. In the placement group, we have seen different type of placement of the EC2 instances. Like we have discussed about the partition group, the spread group, the cluster group, and the capacity group. And we have also discussed about the availability zone part. Now, what I will cover today, like what's the agenda for today's session is, I have to show you the practical of auto scaling group, which is ASG. This was pending. So auto scaling group I am going to cover. Then I'm going to discuss about the EVS volumes, the elastic block storage volumes, and I'm going to discuss about the ENI, elastic network interface. So this is something I'm going to cover today, these three new topics. And from next week onwards, I will start with the load balancer, the application load balancer gateway. These two topics would be completed by next Sunday. And those are very important and broad topics for the interview purpose and for the real production scenario purpose as well. You will face a lot of questions during the interview for that. So let's start. Let me start with the small topics first. Then we will cover this one, auto scaling group, because I will have to give you the overview of this again. So let's start with this one, EVS volumes. See, when we talk about the EVS volumes, let me pull one of the file. EVS. I hope my voice is clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
See, when we talk about the EVS volume, so it stands for elastic block store. Now, what is this? So whenever we create one of the EC2 instance, just like if I go to the EC2 instance option, let me show you practically how does it work and what is this all about. So when we create the EC2 instance, currently we don't have anyone, it's 0. See, so let me quickly create one of the EC2 instance, launch instance. The name can be prod01. Can you all see is the recording going on or not?
Yes, sir. It's recording.
It's going on.
Yeah, sir, it's recording.
Because I
Yes,
don't
sir.
see, that option. Maybe from the backend, the admin team has enabled the recording and I'm not able to tweak it. Okay, so let's create one of the EC2 instance. I'm using the Windows image, Windows Server 2022 base image. Instance type, I will use T2 micro key pair. Let me create a new because I don't have any other available. So the name I am giving is test pair or boss01. Create key pair. In the network setting, I will be using the default one. I will not do any changes. Security group as it is. See, here you will see there is one option. When you create the EC2 instance, you see one option, which is called configure storage. And here you can see 1/30 gigabit of GP2. See, GP2, GP3, these kind of options are coming. And you can also see its root volume. Now, what is the meaning of this? Whenever you create the EC2 instance, so along with the EC2 instance, one of the drive will be attached. Drive means the same thing that is there in your Windows or in your Linux. See, this is our drives in our Windows. Just give me 1 second. This is our drives. So whenever you create the EC2 instance, whenever you create the servers on the AWS cloud, so one of the drive will be attached by default, and it is mandatory, which is called root volume. Like this one. Root volume means your C drive. Whenever you are going to create the Windows EC2 instance, it will add one of the C drive automatically. And whenever you will create the Linux instance, it will add one of the root partition, the slash partition, because that's the main one. So here, because it is window, so there will be the drives, C drive, D drive, and E drive kind of concept. And by default, one of the drive will be added automatically. That's your root volume. Root means C drive. Because in the Windows, in the C drive, all the important files, all the booting information will be stored. So in the free tier storage account, it is going to create 30 GB of volume, 30 GB of C drive. And that's the maximum limit. In the free tier account, maximum you can have 30 GB of storage account. But if you have the paid one, if you are not using the free tier eligible account, then you can have anything. You can have 200 terabytes of storage as well. But for the free tier, the limit is 30 GB. But it can be increased, it can be decreased as per the account, as per the instance you are selecting. So now it's by default that whenever we create any EC2 instance, one of the partition, one of the root drive will be mounted. And in this root drive, all the important information will be there. Now, here you can see there are multiple options. You can see there are multiple options. This is the hard disk type. This is the type of hard disk. When we talk about in AWS, you will see general purpose SSD, which is called GP3, general purpose SSD GP2, provisioned IOPS SSD IO1, provision IOPS SSD IO2, cold HDD, throughput, and magnetic standard. So what is the difference among all these? So let's start from the down. Let's start from the below. So we have magnetic, which is also known as standard. What is this magnetic all about? This one was the old hard drive. Whenever we create the EC2 instance, it will have the hard disk. Hard disk will be attached with it. And in the hard disk, we will have the partitions. Just like here, it is going to create one of the C drive. So the hard disk type is all about this one. These all are the hard disk type. So when we talk about the standard is very basic. It uses HDD. Like the speed will be very slow. If we will copy paste anything, if we will do the read and write operation, that will be very slow. Even the backup facility is also not there. If my hard disk gets corrupted, if my hard disk is corrupted, then I will not be able to recover my data. So there are chances of data loss. It is very slow in nature. The copy paste, the read and write speed will be very slow. The IOPS are very slow here. And this is very cheap in terms of price. It will not cost you very much. It would be very cheap. So in the real production scenario, nobody uses this one. This is just for the testing scenarios. If you want to create the testing workloads, the testing servers, then you can use the standard one. But in the production servers environment, you will never use the standard one. Then the second one is throughput. Throughput optimize HDD first. Throughput optimize means here the copy paste speed will be good. But again, the hard disk if the hard disk gets corrupted, then we can lose our data. If we don't have the backup facility available and if the hard disk gets corrupted here, then there are chances that we will lose our data. So in the throughput optimize, we will get a good speed. The read and write operations will be faster, but the data loss chances are high. Then comes the cold HDD SC1. Cold HDD means here, if you will select this option, this one is very cheap, the economical hard disk. If you will select this option, then the partition will be created, but the write speed will be very slow. Like the speed of the data transmission, that is going to be very slow. It will be very slow. So why it is used? It is used in such a scenario where you have the data, but you don't want to use it. Like you have some data, you want to store it, and you don't need it for at least 3 months. For at least 180 days, you don't require that particular data. So you can use this kind of hard disk in order to save your cost. So here, if you will try to copy your data or paste your data, it will take hours. It will not get completed within few minutes. It will take hours to get completed. So this one will not be used in the production. This is used when you want to store some logs file. Suppose you have the log files and you don't need the log files on regular basis. So you want to save the cost and you want to retain the logs as well, because as per the compliance, we will have to store the logs for 3 months. For 3 months, we cannot delete the logs of any of the system. So in such condition, if you want to do the cost saving, the cost cutting, then you can go with this kind of hard disk option. So if you will select this one, it will attach one of the C drive with this cold concept, and the data read and write speed will be very slow. Then comes the provisioned IOPS and provisioned IOPS SSD, IO01, IO02. So these two are same, only the version changes are different. It is version 1, it is version 2. Now what is this? So it means that suppose you have taken 30 GB. You have given here, suppose you have given here 20 GB. That you want to create the C drive of 20 GB and you have selected this option. You have selected any one of these options, the IO01 or IO02. IO02 is the latest one, IO01 is the older one. So if you have selected this one, what is the meaning of this? It means that 20 GB is the reserve storage, but you will not be using the 20 GB of storage at the same time. Maybe you have created the C drive, just like take my scenario. I have in my laptop, I have C drive, D drive, and F drive. My C drive space is 255 GB. But out of 255 GB, I am only using 138. It means, let's take an example of D drive. I have 19.5 GB of complete storage, but I am only using 13.3. Why? Because I don't want to use the full. I have reserved the capacity that my D drive is 5 GB, but whatever data I will save, it will take the storage accordingly. So currently my storage is 13.3 GB. So this is called provisioned. This is called provisioned. Provisioned means you will give one of the capacity space that I want to create the drive with this capacity. But whatever data you will save, it will consume the storage accordingly. You can use complete 19.5 GB in order to save the data. It depends upon you. Or you can use 5 GB from this 19.5 GB capacity. It's up to you. That's called provision. Provision means you have reserved the space, but you are not using that. You will use it as per your requirement. That is called provision. Now, what is the meaning of provisioned here? What is the meaning of this provisioned kind of hard disk? It means that if you have given 20 GB here, so it is going to add 20 GB of storage as a C drive, as a root volume. But you will only be charged for the storage for whatever you will consume. You have 20 GB of storage, which is reserved. But suppose you have only saved the data of 5 GB. So 50 GB are remaining. So you will only pay to the AWS for 5 GB. You will not pay for 20 GB of storage. You will only pay for 5 GB. Means whatever storage you will consume, you will only pay for that. You will not pay for the full storage. But in the rest of the volumes, in the rest of types, whatever partition you will create, whatever storage you will use, means you have created the partition of 40 GB, then whether you are using it or not, you will have to pay for complete 40 GB. But in this scenario, in the provisioned IOPS, if you have created, suppose 40 GB of C drive, but you have only saved 7 GB of data, then you will only be paying for 7 GB capacity, not for the rest storage. Not for the rest means 33 GB of storage will be remaining, so you will not pay for that. That's the meaning of provisioned IOPS. But here again, the speed is not as much as good as compared to others. Now comes to this one, general purpose SSD GP3 and general purpose SSD GP2. This one are the fastest one. So this one is the latest version, GP3. GP3 means general purpose 3, and this one was the older one, general purpose 2. Before that, it was general purpose 1 also, general purpose V1. So that has been depreciated. It is no longer used by the AWS. In Azure also, they have this one. They have premium general purpose SSD version 1, premium general purpose SSD version 2. So these two are used in the production. These two. These two are used in the production servers. This one will be used when you want to store the logs for at least 3 months. You don't want to access that. And this one will be used in the testing scenario. This is standard one. But for the real production servers that is directly consumer facing, these two kind of hard disks will be used. So here you can see it's SSD, solid state drive. The SLA will be very good. The read and write speed is very fast. If it is corrupted, then the data recovery chances are very high. It gives you 99.9% of SLA. So read and write speed is very good. Data transmission speeds will be very best. And the data recovery chances will be high in case any loss happens. So you need to select the hard disk type accordingly, according to the requirement in company. Once you will be there in company, the company will tell you what hard disk need to be selected. They will have the DCF, they will have the data collection form. So they will share it with you. For every server configuration, whatever steps you need to select, whatever options you will have to select, that will be mentioned there. For your testing, for your demo purpose, you can choose anything. But again, the cost will be the important factor. So in the free tier, you can use this one, GP2, GP3 as well. So I am using this one, GP2, general purpose 2. Any doubt, any question regarding this hard disk type? Anything?
No.
Good. Now there is one option, delete on termination. What is the meaning of this? It means that you are going to create one of the EC2 instance. The name will be prod01. In case you terminate the EC2 instance, so do you want that data should also get deleted? So if you will check this option, if you will select this as yes, then once you will terminate, once you will delete the EC2 instance, the root volume, this hard disk that is attached with your EC2, that will also get deleted. But in case you want to preserve the data, you want that whenever I will delete the EC2 instance, whenever I will terminate my EC2, it should not delete my drives. My drive should be as it is. Then you will select as no. Then all the data which is saved inside your drives, that will be intact, that will not be deleted. Only the EC2 instance will be deleted. But if you will select the yes, by default the behavior is yes, then whatever drives you will create, currently we are going to create the default drive, which is root volume. One of the root volume will be created, that's my C drive in Windows. So if I will select the yes option, upon deletion of this EC2 instance, my drives will also get deleted. So I will go with the default one. Now rest of the things will remain same. Let me create one of the EC2. Then I will show you the meaning of this one, the EBS. Let's create the VPC as well, because I have deleted the VPC in the last session. So default VPC has been created now. So let me refresh this one. It's a very bad thing that whenever we refresh something, all the data will be wiped out. There should be some option given by the AWS. So I will use, what was the name of my key? Boss, I guess, boss01. This one is okay. This one is okay. 30 GB GP2 I will select, then create, launch instance. Now you can see the instance has been created, prod01. There is one instance ID as well, and it is in the pending state, means it is in the creation state. Instance type is t2.micro. Availability zone is US East. Public IP and everything has been attached. Now what I want to tell you that if I will connect to this EC2 instance, prod01, if I will click on connect and if I will go to the RDP client option, then if I will download the remote desktop file, or if I will directly go to the serial console, what happened? Okay. Now let me connect it. Connect. So password is this one. So it is saying that you need to wait for 4 minutes. Let's wait for 4 minutes so that we can generate the password of this. Now the option has come. So let me upload the private key that I have downloaded. The file name was boss01. So let me go to that location. This one. Now decrypt password. So this is my password. Let me copy this one and let me try to access the server. Yes. So the window has been launched, the Windows Server 2022. And if I will go to my file explorer, just let it refresh, because it only have 1 GB of RAM. That's the reason it is very slow. Now. Now you can see if I will go to the this PC option, then one of the drive is mounted here. And the storage is almost 30 GB because we have given the space of 30 GB, and 15.4 GB has been used because of the root volumes file, these important files. Even if I will go to my disk management, you can see there will be the space of 30 GB. So this is the root volume. See here, you can see 30 GB of storage has been mounted. And this is my root volume. What I want to show you that by default, whenever we create any of the EC2 instance, one of the root volume will be attached automatically. That will be attached automatically. Without root volume, you cannot create any EC2 instance, because how the server will save the important files of the C drive. So that will be inside the root volume, that will be inside the C drive. So without any C drive attachment, without any root drive attachment in Linux or in Windows, you cannot create any EC2 instance. Now the question here is, this is my root volume. here there are some important data. Important data means here we have the data related to the windows. All the windows information are stored here. But in case if I have my company data, I want to save that. So it is not recommended to use the C drive. It is not recommended to save all the data inside the C drive. That's the reason we have another drives. Like why we create further drives in our laptops or in our desktop so that we can save our personal data. So the same thing I want with the EC2 instance. In the EC2 instance, I want to save my company data, or suppose I have my personal notes or personal data, or maybe some backup data, maybe some logs data that I want to save. So for that, it is not recommended to use the C drive for the storage. What we can do, we can attach another network drives here. We can attach another network volumes with the EC2 instances, whether it is Linux, whether it is Windows, we can attach the volumes. Now the name of that volume is called EBS. That's called EBS volume. So the volumes, the drive, volume means the drive that we attach additionally to store our data, that is called elastic block store, the EBS volume. So what is EBS volume? So EBS volume is a network drive. It is like a network drive because the storage you will be using from the AWS physical hard disk. So it is a network drive that you can attach to your instance while they are running. Means whatever servers you are using, whatever EC2 instances you are using, you can attach one of the EBS volume with that. And you can have multiple EBS volume with the same EC2 instance. Suppose you want to create D drive, E drive, F drive. So whatever amount of drives you want to attach with your EC2 instance, you can. The flexibility is available, but you need to pay the charges to the AWS. Whatever drives you will attach, you will have to pay the charges accordingly. It allows your instance to persist the data even after termination. Means if you will terminate, if you will delete the EC2 instance from the AWS portal, still you can save your data. You can preserve your data. Suppose you have D drive attached to one of the EC2 instance, and after the termination of the EC2 instance, you want that your D drive data should be as it is available. It should not get deleted. So you can do so. And in the next EC2 instance, suppose you had one EC2, just let me show you. Suppose this one is your EC2 instance and this is your another EC2 instance. Here you have one of the volume attached. Here you have attached one of the EBS, one of the network storage. Now, in case you terminate this EC2 instance and you want to protect this one, you want that this data should not get deleted. This hard disk should be available. Then you can keep it. And in the next available EC2 instance, if you want to attach this one, you can do so. You can do it. So the data which is available inside this EBS volume that you can see here in the next EC2. That's something this statement is all about. It is bound to a specific availability zone. Means if you have the EC2 instance, suppose in East US, you have the EC2 instance is in East US 01, and you have one of the EBS volume, you have one of the hard disk or one of the drive attached with this availability zone, with this region, then you can only use that EBS volume in that particular region only. Suppose you have one of the EC2 instance in East US 01 and this EBS volume is attached with that EC2 instance. If you delete that EC2 instance and you create a new one, then if you want to use this EBS volume with another one, then it should be in the same region. It should be in the same availability zone. You cannot use the EBS volume of East US in the West US. That is not possible. It should be East US only. You cannot use the East US availability zone EBS volume with the Japan Central. It is not possible. So it is region specific. It is availability zone specific. So it should be, it is only getting attached with the EC2 instance that is available in the same availability zone. Otherwise it will not work. So that's the use case of EBS volume. Now let me show you practically how we can create that. So currently you can see we only have the C drive attached with this EC2 instance with this server. In case I want to use another EBS volume, so I will go to the AWS portal, this one. Then I need to go to my EC2. So let's go to the EC2. Here we can see we have one instance available. It's prod 01. If I click on it, and if I will scroll it down in the storage, you can see I have one EBS volume. EBS means this one. The volume, the drive which is attached to my EC2 instance, that is called EBS. Whatever drive is attached, that is called EBS. So currently we have the default one. We have only one EBS attached, and this is the volume ID, and the size is 30 GB. That's true. And it is in attached condition, and it got attached on this particular timing, and it is not encrypted yet. If I will scroll it to the right, you can see delete on termination means yes. So if I will delete or if I will terminate this EC2 instance, this drive will also be deleted. This one, the 30 GB space. If I click on this volume ID, then you can see it is GP2, general purpose version 2. The size is 30 GB. And here is the snapshot. I will discuss about this snapshot later on. When it got created, you can see here what is the availability zone. So it is available in the US East 1B, and it is in use. Then where it is attached, like on which EC2 instance it is attached. So it is attached with this EC2 instance. This is the EC2 instance ID. If I will go to another tab, let me show you. So if I will go to my EC2 instance, so in the instance, you can see the instance ID. You can validate the same. See, it's I044 something, and the same thing you can see here. So this volume, this drive of 30 GB is attached with this EC2 instance. It is in OK condition. So everything is showing here. Now suppose, for more information, you can scroll it down as well. Now suppose I want to create one more. Like I only have the C drive available here of 30 GB, and I want to attach one more EBS storage, one more volume. So what is the process? So the process is very simple. Let me show you from the beginning. So what you need to do, you need to go to the EC2 instance. You will click on the EC2. Then here, if you will scroll it down in the instance option, if you will scroll it down from the left, you can see there is an option of Elastic Block Store. It is your EBS. And here you can see there is an option of volumes. So if I will click on the volumes option, you can see there is one volume available. This is GP2. And what is this volume? The 30 GB, which is attached to your EC2 instance. Currently, it is attached with our prod 01 server. See, so we have only one EC2 instance available. We have only one EBS volume available. I want to create one more. So in this condition, I will just click on create volume. So just click on create volume. It is asking you to select the hard disk type. I've already explained it to you. So I will go with the GP2, and the size, suppose I am giving 10 GB. I want to create 10 GB of volume. What is your availability zone? Where do you want to create it? So I want to create it in the US East 1A. Then rest of the option will be same. I don't want to use any tags and all. Just create a volume. So after clicking on create a volume, you can see now 2 volumes have been created. This one is of 10 GB. And if I will scroll it to the right, you can see it's in creation status. It's not created yet. It's in provisioning state. So it will take few minutes, then it will be created. So let's refresh the portal. Now we can see the status is available. It means the volume has been created. We have one of the hard disk with 10 GB of storage. But if I will scroll it to the right, you can see it is not attached to any of the instance. It is blank. Blank means it is not attached. It is available. See, the first one is in use. Why it is in use? Because it is attached to this server. But the second one is available. Available means it is free and it is not attached to any instance. So in order to attach it, because currently if I show you, you can only see C drive. So in order to attach it, what you need to do, you will select this one, just select it, click on actions, click on attach volume. It is saying that your hard disk, your volume is available in the East US 1A location. That's the availability zone. This is your volume ID where you want to attach it. So I want to attach it. Let's click on the drop down. It is saying no match. No match. Like we cannot see any server. Why? Because this volume is created in the US East 1A. And if I will go to my EC2 instance, my EC2 instance is available in US East 1B. See. Can you see? I have created one of the volume, one of the EBS in US East 1A. And my EC2 instance is already created. The prod 01 EC2 instance is available in US East 1B availability zone. As I told you this one, that it is bound to a specific availability zone. That's the practical example. That if you have a EBS volume in a particular availability zone, that cannot be attached to another availability zone EC2. So that's the solid example. You can only attach this EBS volume with the EC2 instance, which is available in US East 1A, not in US East 1B. So here you can see it will not work. So let me delete this one. Otherwise, I will have to create one more server which is available in US East 1B. So it's of no use. Action, delete. Now, let me create one more volume. And this time I will be using the US East 1B availability zone so that I can attach it to the server. So create. Size will be around 10 GB. And availability zone, I will select US East 1B. Then the same thing, just click on create volume. Now it's been created. So let's wait for a few seconds to get it provisioned. Meanwhile, someone like who is asking Anil Kumar is asking what is IOPS. So see, IOPS means input output operations per second. It means on per second, how much data my hard disk can copy, like how much I can write to the disk and how much I can copy from the disk within a second. IOPS is related to the speed of the hard disk actually. So what is the speed of your hard disk on per second basis? How much data you can copy and paste inside the hard disk? What is the read and write speed per second? That is calculated in the IOPS, input output operations per second. So on per second basis, how much data you can copy and paste, that is IOPS. So if the IOPS are more, if you have the more IOPS in your hard disk, it means the speed will be very good when it comes to copy and paste. If you have the less IOPS, then your speed will be less in terms of copy and pasting. Understood, Anil?
Yes, sir.
Now, see, So I have one of the EVS got created here. It's of 10 GB and it's in available state. And the availability zone is also same. It's in US East 1B. Now let me attach this volume with one of my EC2. So action, attach volume. It's in US East 1B. If I click on the instance where I want to attach it, so you can see I have one of the server prod01, which is running in the US East 1B location. That's the reason I can see it. So I will select the instance, device name. It has already taken one of the device name. Device name means hard disk name. So it's in the Linux syntax. It's in the Linux syntax, extended virtual disk formatting. So you can change it if you want. If you want to save it, then you can. So let me click on attach volume. Now you can see this volume of 10 GB has been attached on this particular date with this EC2. It's in use and it's attached to the prod01 server. If I will go to my EC2 instance and if I will refresh the connection, if I will cancel it, and if I will reconnect it again, then yes. Let's wait. Now if I will go to my file explorer, and if I will go to this PC option, you can only see C drive. But if I will go to my disk management, you cannot see it here. So let's go to the disk management now. Here you can see 10 GB of volume is attached, but it is offline. It is not in use. So whenever you will attach any volume with the Windows, any drive in the window, you need to initialize it. By default, it is offline. So it will not work. So how to keep it online? So just right click on the disk one name. Just right click here and you will see one of the option to online. So make it online. Once you will do so, now it is saying that if you will refresh it, then it will reflect that it has been online now. Now you can see the space is unallocated, means it is not in use. So we need to create the partition in order to show it here. So let's right click. You know this option because you all are the window admin, so you know this option. Let me refresh this one first. It is showing cross mark. It's a bit slow because of the 1 GB of RAM. In the free tier storage, this is the problem. Yeah, okay. Now it is showing online. Now let's right click on the unallocated space and let's create a new simple volume out of it. Next. And I will use the full space. Now one of the drive has been created. Let's go to the file explorer. And you can see here one of the drive is added. See, 10 GB of storage has been created here. And the space is 10 GB around and the volume name is D. It's D drive. And currently we don't have any data available here. Let me create one of the file. So new, and I will create one of the text document, and the name I will give test1. And let's create one more file here, and the name I will give test2. I have not saved anything here. No content is available, only the file has been created. Test1, test2. So we have the data inside this D drive. If I will go to my portal, in my portal, as I shown you, we have 2 volumes available and both are in use. One volume can be used with only one EC2 instance at the same time. You cannot use a single volume with another EC2 instance. You will have to detach it. Currently, you can see it's in use, so you cannot use it with another one. If I will select this option, then you can see the attach option is not showing. It is not coming. So you cannot do that. So only one volume can be attached with one EC2 instance. Now you can see the further details. You can explore the options. It is in use. It is attached with this server. The status is okay. And if I will scroll it to the right, you can see where is that option. Yeah, here you can see encryption status is not encrypted. And the same thing you can see what is the IOP. So it's 100 input output operations per second. That's the speed. And it is attached with this EC2 instance. And when it got created, so the timings are coming here. Status check, you can see it's in okay state. Everything is good. See, monitoring option we will discuss later on once we will start the CloudWatch practical, then we will see. Otherwise, here you can see the read and write operation. You can calculate the write operations, the RO, IO, you can calculate everything. But this is not in use. This is very rarely used in the production. Now, if let me show you one more thing. Here in the instance, if I will go to my instance, this is my server. If I will click on the prod01 server, then in the storage, you can see I have 2 volumes available. I have 2 volumes. See, one is 30 GB, another one is 10 GB. And the same thing. In the first one, you can see delete on termination is yes. What is this? This is my root volume. So it means that if I will delete my EC2 instance, then my volume will also be deleted. My C drive will get deleted. But on the next one, on the second drive, you can see delete on termination is no. It means if you will delete the EC2 instance, it will not delete your next drive. The D drive will be as it is. So you can save your data. You can save your important data inside this drive. And once the EC2 will be deleted, it is not going to delete your volume. You need to delete it manually. But by default, with the root volume, it is select to yes. But during the creation of the EC2 instance, you can select it as no. I had shown you this option. You can select no on delete on termination option. So if you will delete the EC2 instance, it will not delete your volume. Now let me delete this EC2 instance. Let me show you one thing. So I will go to the instance option, select action, not action, instant state and terminate. So it will be deleted now. It is shutting down.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Sir, how much we have to pay for it? 10 GB storage. So it is free. We have to pay this.
This one is free.
10 GB.
Which 10 GB? Yeah, for that you need to pay. The additional one you will have to pay. But not now. We have just created that and deleted it, so it will not cost you anything. But if you will keep it, if you will save some data, then there will be cost. That's the reason for the practical purpose we delete everything. Once we do the practical, we delete everything. But in the production, we will have to pay for it. There is a AWS calculator. I will show you that option as well. There will be a separate session for that, the billing and the calculator. So from where you can calculate the cost, that if I will use this storage, if I will use this EC2 instance, then how much I will have to pay to the AWS. Suppose you want to use a server for 5 hours on daily basis for 30 days, and you want to use T2 micro, then how much cost you will have to pay to the AWS. So the calculator is available. So there is a session for that as well. Now you can see it's in terminated state. The server is terminated. It's deleted now. It's not available. After few minutes, it will be removed from here as well. But if I will go to the volumes option, here is the volume option, EBS. If I will refresh this one, then you can see only 10 GB of space is available. The 30 GB has gone away. Why? Because we have deleted the EC2 instance. And as per the policy, if you will terminate the EC2 instance, then your root volume will also get deleted. So this one is available. This is free. Even if I will scroll it to the right, you can see it's available. It is not attached anywhere. So if I will create a new server now, I can attach it. The same process. Just create a new EC2 instance and click on attach. Like select it and click on action, click on attach volume. It should be in the same availability zone where the volume is available. You need to select the EC2 instance, then attach. So it will be attached. So the same hard disk, the same volume you can attach to another EC2 instance as well. You can use it multiple times, but remember, if one volume is in use, you cannot attach it to another EC2 instance. If it is available, you can use it. If it is in use, you cannot use that. So currently it is available, it's free. Like not free, it's available. Free is not a good word for this one. Now let me show you one more thing. Let me click on this one. Yeah, this one I wanted to show you. If I will click on my volume, if I will click on the EBS, and if I will go to the modify option, here you can modify the size. In case you want to increase the size in future, suppose you want to increase it by 30 GB, you can change it. If you want to decrease the size, you can do it. So anytime you can increase or decrease the size, there is no limit. In the free tier, it is 30 GB. But in the paid account, there is no limit. You can increase or decrease it anytime, whenever you need it from the modify option. Now, one more thing I want to show you, that's called snapshot. Snapshot. Now, what is this snapshot? Suppose you have one of the EC2 instance running. You have one of the EC2 instance, and this EBS volume is attached. It is already attached with the EC2 instance. It's in use. So the EBS is attached. It means your hard disk is not free. Now you have another EC2 instance. You have another, the second one. And what you want that the data which is available inside this EC2 instance, the data which is available inside this EC2 instance, that volume should be attached in the next EC2 as well. But that is not possible practically, because practically you can only attach one EBS instance, one EBS volume with the one EC2 instance. So if you have already attached the EBS volume with that EC2 instance, you cannot use it in another EC2. If you will detach it, then you can use it, otherwise no. But in case you want to use that, so what you can do, you can create the snapshot of the disk. You can create the snapshot of this disk. Once the snapshot is created, that will act like a copy. That will act like a copy, exact copy of that particular volume. So you can attach that snapshot with the new EC2 instance, and whatever data was present inside the first EC2 volume, the EBS volume, that will reflect in the next one as well. That is the use, that is the benefit of having the snapshot. The second benefit of having the snapshot is Suppose by default, you have seen practically that if you have the EBS volume created in a particular availability zone, suppose it's in East US 01, then this volume can only be attached to the EC2 instance, which is available in the same availability zone. So both the volume and the EC2 should be in the same availability zone. Otherwise, this cannot be attached to it. But through the snapshot, what you can do, if you had the volume earlier in the East US 01, you will create one of the snapshot, and with that snapshot, you can attach it to any of the EC2 instance which is available in a different availability zone as well. Means if you have another server in the East US 02 zone, then you can use the same snapshot of the EBS instance and you can attach it to the new server which is available in the East US 02. So through snapshot, you can attach it to another availability zone EC2 as well. So these two are the benefits of having the snapshot. So whatever data is available in the first tribe, that will be as it is, that will be available in the second one as well. And it is not zone specific. You can attach the snapshot to any of the EC2 instance in any of the zone, any of the region. So that's the snapshot option. So let's see how to do it. So for that, again, you will go to the EC2. In the EC2 on the left side, you have the option of, if I will scroll it down, you have the option of snapshots. See, if I will go to the volume option, you can see I have one volume of 10 GB that I had created earlier. If I will go to the snapshot option, you can see I don't have any snapshot. So let's see how to create the snapshot. It's very simple. Just click on create snapshot. You need to click on this snapshot option, then click on create snapshots. It is saying from where you want to create the snapshot. It is from the volume or it is from the server. So if your hard disk is attached to the server, you will select this option. If your hard disk, if your volume is not attached to any server, you will select this option. So I will go with the volume ID. You need to select like from which volume you want to create the snapshot. So select the drop down. I have only one available, so I will select this one. Description, you can give anything. I am giving testing purpose. Scroll it down, no tags, nothing, just create snapshot. Now you can see the snapshot has been created. The ID is snap and exactly it is of 10 gig, the same size. And the name I had given is testing purpose. It's in provisioning state. It's in provisioning state. See, it's getting created. It will take few minutes. So let's refresh the portal again. Now let's see, it has been completed and it's available. You can also use this one. See, available, 100% available. Even on the left hand side, I am on the snapshot option. If I will click on the volumes option and if I will refresh this one, yes, Seth.
Sir, we will click on the volume option if we want to screenshot the screenshot other than root volume.
No, you will just go to the snapshot directly and you will click on create snapshot. That's it.
So
You will
there-
not go to the volume.
No, sir. There in snap during creation of snapshot, there were two options. One was
Mhm.
for volume and other one was.
Oh,
for-
okay.
Yes.
See, that's the meaning of that one is if you have the volume and that volume is attached with the EC2 instance, it is not free. Now you want to take the snapshot of the complete state, the VM as well as the volume. Then you will select the EC2 option. If you only want to take the snapshot of the volume, the EBS, then you will select the volume option. Means this one, see. Where is that? Yeah, snapshot. See, if I will click on the create snapshot, so if I will select this option, suppose I have 3 drives, C, D, E. which is attached to the EC2. Now, whatever drives are attached to the EC2 instance, I want to take the snapshot of it. Then I will select the instance option. So whatever drives are available, it will take the complete snapshot of that. If 3 drives are attached, it will take C, D, E. But if I want to take the snapshot of a specific volume, I have a volume, the EBS volume, and I only want to take that one volume backup, that one volume snapshot, then I will go with the volume option. Now understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So I have one of the snapshot now. So I have a snapshot plus I have one of the volume as well. See, I have the volume, I have the snapshot. Now let me create one of the EC2 so that we can see the practical of it. Let's go to the instance. It's terminated, it's not in use. Let's create 2 servers. I'm going to create 2 servers now. Number will be 2. Name will be prod01. Image I will be using window. Key pair I will use the same one, the boss01. Everything will remain same. Root drive will be of 30 GB. So I will keep it 30 GB, or I can change it as well. If I will click on advanced, you can see that option that I was telling you. This one. Where is? This one, where is that option that I was telling you? Yeah, this one. See, termination protection. So if you will enable it, once your VM is terminated, your C drive will be as it is available. The volume will be available. If you will disable it, then it will be deleted once you will delete the EC2 instance. So by default, it's in disabled state. Like once the VM is deleted, once the EC2 is deleted, the drive will also be deleted. So let me launch 2 of the servers quickly. It has been launched. Now let's go to the instance. So we have 2 servers. Let me change the name of one because the name are also same. I have created the 2 what we can say, the 2 instance option. That's the reason the names are same. So I will give prod01 and prod02. Save. So I have 2 servers now, prod02, prod01. This one is terminated, so don't worry about this one. This will be removed after some time. It takes some time actually. So we have 2 servers. Now what I want to do, I want to attach the extra volumes that I have created with this EC2 instance. So what I will do, I will go to the prod01 first. If I will go to the storage, here you can see only one drive is attached, which is of 30 GB. That's the root volume. That's the C drive. So in order to attach the new one, what you will do, you will go to the volumes. Let me go from here so that I can show you on the real-time basis. Now on the left side, if I will go to the volumes, so you can see in the volume, you can see I have 10 GB of volume, which was my old volume, and I have another 30 GB of volume. So this one is for the 2 servers that we have created recently. We have created prod01 and prod02. So these 2 volumes are attached with those servers. See, where is the attached? See, prod01, prod02. But this one is free. This is available. So let me add this volume, this 10 gig of volume with one of the servers. So let's select it. Click on actions, attach volume, instance. Let me select. So 2 servers are coming because they all are available in the East US 1B. So I have one in the prod01. I will attach this 10 GB of storage with the prod01 server. Attach. Now with my prod 01, if I will refresh this one, and if I will go to my instance, then with the prod 01, where is the prod 01? This one. If I will go to the storage option, you can see 2 volumes are mounted here. And even if I will access this server, let me access this. Let me get the password, decrypt, connect, decrypt. This is the password, copied, paste it. Okay. So in my disk management, I can see the 2 disk. I will have to reattach it back. This is my base one. Yes. Let it refresh first. Run. So right click, make it online. Get the volume out of it. See, now you can see it's already mounted. See, if I will go to my file explorer, I just make it online. And if I will go to my file explorer, you can see it's been mounted already. The 10 GB of space. And inside this, see, 2 files I had created, if you remember, test01 and test02. So that is available. So my EC2 instance got deleted earlier, but my data was saved. My drive was saved. And whatever data was available inside it, it is also saved. So this is something we can attach the volume and we can preserve our data. Now we have another server as well. We have prod02 server. Let's go to the prod02. This one. If I will click here in the storage, it only contains 1 volume of 30 GB. If I will go to my snapshot option, I have one snapshot as well. I have not used this one. This is also free. That's, see, it is also available. So it is not used with any of the server. So in case I want to use this one, what I need to do, I need to select the snapshot, action. Then what I need to do, see, create volume from snapshot. That is the option. I can create one of the volume. So let's click on it. See, I'm going to create 10 GB of storage. The availability zone I can change. As I told you, you can change the availability zone option as well. Then click on create volume. So I had the snapshot. I had created one of the volume with this snapshot. Now, if I will go to my volume option, my snapshot is available. If I will go to my volume option, now you can see I have one of the volume of 10 GB. And it is also available. Let me refresh this one. I have 10 GB of volume available. If I will scroll it to the right, you can see it's free. See, and it is not attached. It is not attached anywhere. See, I can use this one. So the snap 008 is the ID. Even if I will go to my volumes option, and if I will go to my snapshot option, see the same ID, it is reflecting here. So it is created with this snapshot ID, and I can use this one. So let me use it on the same server. I can use it on the same server as well. I can use it on prod02 as well. It's up to you. So I'm using it on the same. I am attaching one more hard disk. So let's click on it. Let's click on action, attach volume. Instance, it was, okay, it's in different availability zone. I have not created it in the, what was the availability? My instance is available in which location? Prod01 is available in East US. Okay, all are available in 1B, and I have created the volume again in 1A. So it will not work. No issue. Let me delete this one. So during the snapshot, you can change the availability zone, so that I had done. But if you have changed the availability zone, the next EC2 instance should be in the same availability zone. Otherwise, you can still not use it. That's the condition. So where is the volume? This one. Modify. It has to be deleted. The availability zone cannot be changed. US East 1A. So let it delete. So I will again create the volume from the snapshot. I will go to the snapshot option. I have the snapshot available still. And let me create the volume out of it. So let's click on it. Action. Create volume from snapshot. The same option, but I will select the availability zone as 1B so that I can attach it to the VM, because my VM is available in this region, my EC2. The servers are available in this region. So let's click on create volume. Now the volume has been created. If I will go to the volume options, you can see one of the volume is created of 10 GB and it's in available state. So let me connect this with the prod01 server, select it, action, attach volume, instance, and I will use it on the prod01 because we have accessed that. Attach. You can attach it anywhere. You can attach it to the prod02 as well. It's up to you. I have attached it to the prod01 again. Now let's go to the disk management option. We need to refresh it again. It has to be restarted again. You don't need to restart if you will give a good amount of time, like say for 5 to 10 minutes. If you will give, you don't need to restart it. After refresh, you can still access that. But I don't want to wait. So that's the reason I am initiating the session again. So prod01. Let me use the same file. Why do I download it again and again? Prod01, this one. Connect. The password was password. I have not copied it. But password has to be copied. Wait. In the organization, whatever password they will have for the servers, they will maintain the repository. Either they will be having the Git repository where they will save the password, or they will be having the password manager where they will store the password. or they will be using the Excel file. If that is the small company, they will be using the Excel file in order to store the passwords. Okay, I have selected the wrong one. Prod 01. This one is the right. Terminated running. This one is running. So password has come. Now let me use the same file. Again, restart need to be required. Have I selected the same option, or I have selected the different one? Volume, and my volume 10 gigabit is in use, and it's in use with Prod 01. Another one 30 GB, it's also used in Prod 01. So for Prod 01, these two are in used. And where is the Prod 01? Which one is this? Terminated. Okay. Storage. Yeah, it is attached. So it will take some time to reflect here. Let's restart the server back. Yeah, so let's see. So let's open the disk management again. Let's see if it is showing here or not. So disk management. It is still not coming. It will take some time to get reflect because we have multiple attachments. So it will take some time. We need to wait for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Otherwise, we will have to stop it or start it back. No issues. Let me minimize this one. So this way, you can have the snapshot option. The purpose of snapshot is very clear to you. You will have the same exact data that is available with your volume, and you can use the same volume to attach it to another EC2 instances. Even you can change the availability zone option as well during the conversion. You can change it. There is one more option. Let me show you that option as well. In the snapshot, I had one of the snapshot available for 10 gig. Now, if I will select this option and if I will go to the action, there is the option of copy snapshot. Means if you want to copy this snapshot to the different availability zone, you can also do it. Like if I will click on the copy option, see, it is copied. Where you want to save it. So if in case you want to change the location, you can also do that. It's in your control. So select the location, just click on copy snapshot. One of the copy will be created in a different availability zone, and with the same snapshot, you can create another volume in the different AJ. That's also possible. So copy option you can also try during your demonstration, during your practicals. Now one more thing, there is a very important option which is called recycle bin. So if I will go to my snapshot option, here you can see there is an option of recycle bin. See, recycle bin. What is this recycle bin? So accidentally, if I delete this snapshot, if this snapshot has gone away, if it has been deleted, then I will lose all my data. Whatever data is present inside this snapshot volume, that will be lost. So in such condition, I can create one of the recycle bin algorithm, one of the recycle bin condition. It means that if accidentally something went deleted, if due to mistake, if I click on this option, if I click on the delete one, and if it is deleted, then still I can recover it from the recycle bin. It's same like your recycle bin in the Windows. Whatever data you delete, that will not delete it permanently. That will go to the recycle bin, and you can recover that within a particular duration. So how to do it? Let's select this option. Let's click on recycle bin. Here it is saying you need to create a retention rule. Like since what time you want to retain your data after the deletion. So let's click on retention rule. You need to give one of the name of the rule. Suppose I am giving test rule. Description, if you want, you can. Resource type. What resource you want to allow for the recycle bin deletion. In case someone delete that, so for what resource you want to create this recycle bin rule. So you can select the resources accordingly. You can select the EBS snapshot, means if you want to create it for the snapshot, you can do it. AMI, I will show you in the next class. There is a topic of it, Amazon machine image. That's important one. So you can preserve two of the resources. If you want to apply it for all the resource, like whatever resource I have available, the EBS volume, the snapshot volume, if that is deleted, that should not delete it permanently. That should be in the recycle bin. So I will select this option, apply to all the resources. Retention period, like after the deletion, it will go to the recycle bin. So in recycle bin, for how many days it should be available? So you can give the range, like for 40 days, it can be recovered back. If you want for 2 days, we can recover it back. So you can give the days accordingly. So I am giving 1 or 2. Maximum you can give 365, minimum it can be 1. Then tax, if you want to give, just give it. Otherwise, create retention rule. This one, these two option, these two have been newly introduced. Unlock option means the retention rule can be modified or deleted at any time by a user with the required permission. Means if you will delegate the permission to any of the EC2 user and any of the IAM user, they can change this rule. They can change this one. And in case you want that any other user should not be in condition to change it, you will lock it. Otherwise, you will go with the default one, unlock. So resource type, apply to all resource. I will go with the volumes option, apply to all the resource. Just click on create retention rule. Now we are in the retention rule option. One of the rule has been created. The name is test rule. This is the rule ID and the retention period is 1 day. If I will go to the resource, you can see there is no resource available. Means nothing has been deleted. As of now, nothing has been deleted. So if I will delete something, I am in my EC2, suppose I go to the snapshot option, this one, and accidentally if I delete this one, if I select this and if I delete snapshot, delete. So it's been deleted. From here it's deleted. Now if I will go to my recycle bin, this one, and in my retention rule, let's see, you can see I have one retention rule available. The retention is 1 day. If I will go to the resource option and if I will refresh it, it will take some time. Let me refresh it continuously. Then whatever resource have been deleted, it should reflect here. It will reflect here. And I can recover it again.
Sir, in disk management, there was a scroll option.
Which one?
Sir, in disk management in server,
Mhm.
there was a scroll option. Maybe that device, maybe that partition was down by scrolling a little.
Which one? Here? No, no, no.
Yeah,
It
yes.
will it will not reflect actually because it is not coming here. See,
Oh, okay.
if it is not coming here, it will not reflect. Now it has come. Okay, okay. It is not online. Yeah, yeah. You were right. So it was available in the scroll down. So if I will make it online, if I will right click and make it online, then it will reflect here. See, now I can create the further partitions. So partition creation is not required. It is already created. See, if I will go to the file explorer, I was working in the minimize console. It's very slow because of 1 GB. इतने slow में काम करने की आदत नहीं है. Now see, you have two another volumes. If I will go to the E, the same data, because it's the snapshot. You have attached the snapshot, so same data is coming here, same data is coming here as well. Let's wait for it. The cycle bin is not coming. Loading resource, loading resource.
Sir, I was trying to create a peering connection
Mhm.
between two VPC, and I have also given all the settings correctly. Like in route table, I have provided the peering and everything, and in security group also, I have allowed the ICMP protocol to ping with the both server in the two different VPC.
Mhm.
And sir, but it was not working. Servers were not able to ping. So,
Maybe you have not disabled the firewall.
yeah, yes, sir. Firewall. So, but I
Yes, sir,
do.
disabled it.
Okay.
Yes, the Windows firewall.
So from server, I have to enable the
Yes.
firewall.
Yes, yes, from server. You
Okay.
will have to disable it, not enable. Disable it.
Okay, thank you.
If you don't want to disable the firewall, you need to enable the file and printer sharing for Microsoft Network. That option, this one. See, if you will go to the firewall.cpl, by default, what we do, we disable the firewall during the practicals. But in case you don't want to disable it, then there is an option. Where is that? In the advanced setting, in the inbound rule, there is an option of file and printer sharing. This one, echo request. This one is for ping. This one, ICMPv4. So you need to right click on it and you need to enable this. Whatever options are coming related to ICMP version 4, these two, you need to enable it, file and printer sharing echo request. And in the outbound also, file and printer sharing echo request, you will have to enable this one, the ICMP version 4, in case you are using the v4 IP. For IP version 6, the IP version 6 will be allowed. So if you enable these two options, then if you don't disable the firewall, still you will be able to ping. But by default, generally we disable the firewall, then the ping comes. But in case you want that ping should come even after the firewall is on, then you need to enable this option, file and printer sharing echo request. Echo means your ping. During the ping, you might have seen that it sends the echo packet 4 times. So that's the
Yes.
echo request.
So by default, it is disabled due to any security reason.
Yes, by default it is disabled so that no one from the outside can ping with you, so that no one can establish the connection to your machine. That's the reason it is disabled.
Okay.
It will take a lot of time, I guess, the cycle bin rule. No issues. You can try this one. Just try this practical from the recording. You will have the recording by morning. So you just try the recording because you will be having the time in your homes. You just try this recycle bin option and wait for at least 10 to 15 minutes. Here it will like delete the EBS volume, create the rule first. We already have the rule available. See, create the rule first, delete the resource, then it should reflect in the resources. Here it will reflect. What you need to do in order to recover it, just select it and there is an option of recover. So you need to click on the recover option. So once the volume will come here, just click on recover. After recovery, it will reflect here. It will reflect in this VPC segment here in the snapshot, because we have deleted the snapshot. So it will reflect in the snapshot option. VPEC2, yeah, this one. So you can try this one. I cannot wait actually. See, you will go to this option, the snapshot, and after recovering it back, it will reflect it here again. So you can configure the recycle bin and do the practical of this. Whatever I have shown you regarding the EBS volume, just do the practical of it. And I will also upload this file for your reference. But for now, just for your night, you can have this. I am copy and pasting it in the chat box. This one. So these pointers you should remember. Do the practical of it. Create the AVS volumes. Create it in the different regions and try it. We have the topic remaining. We will not be able to cover it because of the time constraint. The ENI is pending, Elastic Network Interface, and ASG. This one has to be covered on Saturday. On this Saturday, there won't be any cancellation. I am available. And on Saturday, we will cover one more small topic, which is AMI. This one is also a small topic. That is the target for Saturday only, 3 topics. It will hardly take 2 hours. So we will get it completed. And on Sunday, I will start a new topic, the very new concept, which is load balancer. This one I will start, the load balancer and the application gateway. This will be completed by Sunday. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 topics has to be completed by the next weekend. Then we will proceed further. So let's stop it here. On Saturday, it will be on.
Sir, we will get the videos on the Google Drive as usual, no? The videos of
Yes,
the
you will get it. In the morning, you will get one of the link, the same one, the Zoom link with the password. So in morning, you will get it. Then by the evening, once I will be free from my office activity, then I will upload it on the Google Drive as well, along with this notes, the note that I shared you in the chat. So I will upload this file as well, plus the video as well. And I will again share the link with Anamika. So Anamika will share you the Google Drive link as well. So in the morning, you will get the Zoom Drive link so that you can start your practical from morning onwards. There will be one of the password. You know that step, right? The password
sir.
will be there. Click on the link, download the video. And in the evening, I will upload it on the Google Drive by like 4 to 5 p.m. I will upload it on the Google Drive, and I will share that link again with Anamika. So there won't be any password there.
Okay, sir. Thank you very
Okay. So there will be
Okay.
two link, but video will be same. Asfaq was asking something.
Sir,
Yes, Asfaq?
earlier you said that you will provide notes
Notes for this one.
for all students.
Yeah. You will get it by evening. The notes you will get it by evening. Tomorrow, definitely, I will upload all the notes. I have that actually. So I will upload it. I just missed to upload it. So I will do it by evening. In the Google Drive, you will get the relevant notes. But video, you will get one of the instant video in the morning. That will be the Zoom one. You will be having the password. You can download that. And the same video I will upload on the Google Drive that we used to do from the starting. So I will upload the same video on the Google Drive along with the relevant notes. What I will do, see, I will create a folder. Let me show you, otherwise you will get confused. What I will do. In the evening, the link that you will get from Anamika in the evening, what will happen in that link? Drive. See, what I will do, this is your folder, AWS administration. So you are using this link from the day one. Actually, you have two links. One of the drive got filled. If you remember, the storage was full. So I created another one. So from class 17 to 25, here are the videos. What I will do, I am creating one more folder with AWS notes. So in this folder, I will upload the notes. Whatever we have covered in the AWS so far, I will upload all the notes here from the AWS, like EC2, VPC, the placement groups, whatever we have covered, all the files will be available here as a notes. Plus the video that will be same as per class wise, like class 26, class 27. So that will be the folder, and here I will upload the video. So you will get the parent link that you already, let me share it again with you. So copy this one. In this link, I will upload the video as usual that we used to do from the beginning. Now understood? So you need to look at the two things, the AWS notes folder in the evening, tomorrow evening, go to the AWS notes folder and you can see the notes over there. Plus I will create the folders class 26 and here I will upload the recording. Is it class 26 or it was last uploaded on June 5th? Have I uploaded the last video, the class 5th? Okay, I have not uploaded the last Sunday video here. So there will be class 26 as well. I think you have got the Zoom, right? The Zoom link.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I will upload the
Yes.
class 26, the last Sunday video here as well. Plus today's video will be uploaded in class 27. So I will upload it. So you can get the recordings from class wise folder, plus the notes will be available in this location. Now understood? You will have this mail link, this one. You will be having the access to this complete directory, this one, AWS administration. If you will open it, you can see all the data. And here I will upload the notes. Now understood?
Yes.
And in the morning, you will get one of the Zoom link from where you can download the videos and you can watch it. And by evening, I will upload both the things once I will free from my shift. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's stop it here. My
Okay.
battery is about to get drained. So good night. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. Bye.